Hey, welcome back to the Charlie Bahama Show, our special here in Cat Island. And now we've ventured north, as they say, because Cat Island is a long island. You know, people don't realize that. And we ventured north because we're here for some rake and scraping, right? Some rake and scrape information. And we have Sydney here, who was the past president of the Rake and Scrape Festival. We got Sherry, who I know from a long time at Orange Creek. And we have Kay here, who's the present president. Okay, but let me, can I get some history for us?
Please.
So, Cindy, tell me some history about Rake and Scrape, man.
Well, Rake and Scrape is a musical genre that the name was coined in the 60s by the late Sir Charles Carter on his trip to Cat Island in 64, thereabouts, with Edmund Moxie. And he was at that time the host of the Young Bahamian show. And so that's where, when he went on the show and he took back his recording of the music that he heard in Cat Island, he made a statement that this sound like raking and scraping because, you know, one of the main instruments of the rake and scrape is the saw, and that gives it its distinctive Bahamian flavor. Rake and scrape, however, is a combination of African, European, and Bahamian art form that blended from as early as the slave institution in the Bahamas. The slaves, the predial slaves and the house slaves were tasked on numerous occasions to entertain the masters. So if they had something in the house, they would use the piano. But the more maneuverable instrument would have been the concertina, we call the accordion. And when those instruments got old, they were handed down to the slaves and they were used in their yearly festival. And from that, we get the European aspect. Of course, the African slaves never divorced themselves from the heartbeat of any rhythm, and that is the drum. So we had the goatskin drum. And initially, if you follow Zydeco music in New Orleans,
Right.
the Bahamian men would use the scrub board interchangeably with the handsaw. Of course, that transcends to just the handsaw because there was a little contention over time with women and their household instrument. That didn't work out so well. But no one could tell a man what to do with his possession and his tools. So now we have the rake and scrape that has the three main instruments of the saw, the concertina or accordion, and the African drum. And every now and again, someone will put in the harmonica.
Yeah.
And basically, the craft itself was allegedly originated right here in this beautiful settlement where we at right now, Artistown, Cat Island. And the legends of rake and scrape are primarily of the Stubbs and the Stubbs Webb clan, which is basically no difference. It was just a matter of name being changed by a deed poll. So the Stubbs family, starting with Ernest Lassie, those Stubbs, basically kept the art form alive to Regatta's homecoming, and then there, where Volkswagen is now on Thompson Boulevard or University Drive, was a place called Same Old Place, and that was his stomping ground. And then you had other Cat Islanders who played at the Mud on Carmichael Road, and then at Avery's and other places in Adelaide. And so these persons kept the art form alive. And if you follow Bahamian music, it wasn't until somewhere around 92 when Phil Stubbs put out the music, and Phil Stubbs, by the way, is from the settlement next to us, which is Dumfries. The song was called The Cry of the Pot Cake. And ever since that song came out, Bahamian musicians now completely gravitated towards that original solid rake and scrape sound. You know, prior to that in the 60s and during the band eras and the nightclub eras, a few people kept it alive, but it wasn't so popular. The one artist that really synthesized his cymbals to make it sound like rake and scrape would be Ronnie Butler.
Yeah.
So to him we owe a certain debt of gratitude for keeping the art form alive.
But Sydney, for such a young man, boy, you know some history, eh? And I do know about Charles Carter and all that because he is my uncle, so I studied under Charles Carter, so I know a lot about that. But you know, he's so young to know so much, man. We're proud of you. We're proud of you. Now we up here, like you say, in Artistown, because I'm shooting from tip to stern on Cat Island. It's a long island. I guess with Cat Island because it's a cattail or something. Now. But now you up in this way too, Artist Town, because you have.
I'm in Orange Creek. I'm in Orange
Okay,
Creek.
all right, okay. So learn me on that then.
Orange Creek is just next to Arthur's Town. It's not far, so being in Orange Creek is just as beautiful as being in Arthur's Town.
Y'all got across from your place, Orange Creek. That's a beautiful. I like that.
The creek is to die for. It is so beautiful. Yeah, that's in front of Orange Creek Inn.
Yeah, for sure. Now, okay, tell us about what's happening because now we heard all about Rake and Scrape. So now we into it. We getting interested, right? We interested. Now we have the Rake and Scrape Festival. What's the official name? And tell people because we get aired the show before. So people from they with the Two Fly Free and the Bahamas Out Island Promotion Board, the Family Islands. We want Bahamians. I mean, people from around the world coming, but we want Bahamians to flock on over here to Cat Island. So tell the people about this year's Rake and Scrape Festival.
Okay, Rake and Scrape Festival is held annually every year on the first Friday in June, a holiday weekend. This year we have 2 holidays because we have Labor Day and what do they call Whit Monday now? They still call it Whit Monday? Whit Monday, backing up to each other. So on the 2nd of June, it's Thursday, and this is when we have traditionally gospel night. Local artists, local churches, we open, we play gospel music, and we just get settled. On Friday, the 3rd of June is when the festival starts. We're opening. The Prime Minister will be here along with several cabinet ministers, dignitaries. We have the Urban Renewal Motivation Band who are going to do the national anthem and do a little display for us. We have the quadrille dancing competitions, the juniors. I've just finished sewing the outfits for the junior girls and the Battle of the Bands for the juniors and the seniors, the preliminaries. And then we kick off into festival mode, and our first act up is our one of our groups who live and perform and are on Cat Island all the time, Bohog and the Rooters. And then we go into our actual, well, it's the start of the show. Ira Store is our house band. This year we're featuring on Friday night. We're closing with, again, our local boys, Lacido boys. Right. And in between, we have Gino D, we have Fanshawn, we have Blowdy, we have Shine, we have new artists Yogi and Lawnmower and Papa Smurf, all of whom playing Rake and Scrape music. On Saturday, we have Saturday the 4th, we have, we're opening the show with Ufi and the Website. Sydney just alluded to the webs. The Ufi and the Websites are our local artists who've been all over the world, Paris, Washington, you name it. They've been there representing Rake and Scrape. And we're doing a tribute to one of Ufi and the Websites that we tragically lost a little while ago, Lynn. And so we're going to have all the cousins and the brothers and everybody up there scraping saw in his place. So it's going to be phenomenal. Then we go in to Saturday night show. We have D-Mac, Veronica Bishop, Ebony, Jamin Ramin. Who have I missed? And my apologies if I've missed anybody because I'm just off the cuff here.
That sounds like every musician in the Bahamas could be here. So I think you better be here because, I mean, I don't know who you didn't miss. I mean, there's a lot of people coming, so this could be big time. And this is something that happens every year. So, I mean, get out here if you can for this year, but if you can't, it's every year at this time, right? During what you say, the first?
Yeah, it's the first Friday of June. Also this year, if you can't get here, try the mail boat. We have excursions, the Cape Mail, the Rosalind, the Matilda. We have charters coming in. I still have a couple seats direct from Exuma, and I can help you or point you in the right direction. Western Air are putting on extra flights. We've already filled 2. They're going to put another one on. And so, yes, you can still get here, but you better have a friend or somewhere to stay.
Well, that's good. I like to see Cat Island be, full right up, as they say, full right up. So what we could do from here, I going up to Bohog now to hear some Rake and Scrape. I can Rake and Scrape too. So y'all follow me, okay? We going to Bohog right now. Charlie Bahama.